Okay, so we've got the engine bay painted up. I got a lot of the sound deadener in. And one thing that I'm working on now is one of these, just like little things. I feel like as you go through this car, there is just 1,000 little projects like this. But trying to mount these headlights, and in these old headlight, I don't know, braces, brackets, whatever they're called. There are 3 mounting bolts on one side, and as you can see, this like pot metal, whatever it's made out of, is just like pulled out, rotted through. So what I did was I just cut out some pieces of steel and then drilled the holes around where they should be going. Put these little bolts and tabs in here just to hold it in place until they all get bolted down. Pretty much like trying to fix this without buying new brackets because they're like $600 each, and I'm not like some old man who's just sitting on a pile of money with nothing to do in his retirement but work on this car, you know. It's got to be done at a little bit of a budget at least. But anyway, I got this one in, and one of the hard things is getting everything lined up because it can like adjust like this way, just like in every way. And so it's nice, but it also sucks for installing it. Anyway, so I have this nice even line all the way around it, and these headlights are honestly one of my favorite parts of the car because drive around like that, and when you turn the headlights on, they pop up just like that. Very nice. I love it, and I can't wait to get the electric motors in there and have them all wired up and done. All right, I've got the rest of the dash out, and today I cleaned up some of the rust under here. I put a little bit of this sound deadener just to help quiet things down, and then I'm modifying the hole right here where the air conditioning evaporator and the heater core and stuff comes through, because I got brand new HVAC for the car, so I'm super stoked about that. It'll come with modern air conditioning and better controller and stuff. It'll look really nice. I'll show that later on. But right now I got all that cleaned up. I'm getting ready to put the new parts into it. Done a little bit so far. You can see that I got the trans tunnel and everything, all this sound deadener. I really want to quiet things down. I don't want it to be super loud and rattly like a lot of old cars are. So I've been sealing up some of the old stuff. The original air conditioning that came in this car and heater box were like a huge bulky unit that hung out here. So most of that's going to be eliminated. I had to block this. I blocked this, put some more sound deadener on it. And so I had to cut around here and just do some things, but you'll see pretty soon I can put in a lot of these parts. Here's the new condenser and heater core and all that. As you can see, there's like tubes and fittings and all kinds of stuff, but this system should be really good. I'm super excited about it. Ooh, that's so fresh. It's so clean. I'm also hoping that putting all of the new air stuff in it is gonna get rid of the dead mouse smell. We'll see. All right, I got the new windshield wiper door actuator on there. So this used to be a big vacuum canister. Oh yeah, I was also bleeding. That open and close the door, but I'm getting rid of all the vacuum stuff because that stuff sucks. Get it? Anyway, this is all hooked up. This is the old windshield wiper motor, but it's still working, which is really nice. And I got it all wired up. Look at my Frankenstein wiring. Hopefully soon I'm going to get all the new wiring harness on it. But for now, check this out. Boop. Oh yeah. Oh man, we need some blades. There's low, there's high.
It's not really that different.
Not that different. Probably because this battery needs more charge, but. And then there's low again, and go back. Oh, heck yeah.
Nice. Good work today.
Got so much done today. Now we have all of the old vacuum stuff out of here. Here's the finished product of the headlights. So we've got these motors that they just spin and they work this entire mechanism and move the headlights up and down. So it's so exciting. Look at this. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's so exciting. Here's a quick comparison of the old controller versus the new. So here's all the old stuff. As you can see, it's like, it was all mechanical linkages, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, it kind of sucks to get rid of that because it's just like a neat little system, and it's, you know, just like one of those characteristics that come with an old car. But it was gonna be an absolute nightmare to get everything working on it and working reliably and getting it working with the new stuff. And here's the new controller. As you can see, it's just so much easier. There's so much more control, better control with it. It's gonna look just so clean. It's gonna be sweet.
What you doing?
Okay.
It looks very confusing.
It is super confusing. So I have to figure out how to make the stock engine wiring harness work in the old car, right? So I have like 4 different wiring harnesses that I'm kind of piecing together. Like, this is an aftermarket piece with like relays and controls for the fans and the starter and stuff like that. And then there's like the OEM harness, and then there's the harness that goes up to like inside of the car that actually, like, you know, it's like the brake switch and the starting, you know, switch and all of that. So I'm trying to make everything work together, and I found this website where this guy, he like tells you which pins do what of like all of these really big, crazy connectors that go into the OEM harness. Anyway.
It's called lt1swap.com.
Nice. Anyway, so this website I think was made in probably 2010, and I'm just trying my absolute best to read through this guy's nonsense. It's like he wrote it for himself, and it's I'm doing the best I can to just figure out exactly which wires should be going where, because, you know, it's like the key turns in the car, then my 12-volt ignition source needs to make its way from the key source to the computer, and then out of the computer, because the computer needs to tell the relays when to turn the fuel pump on, and then I can go from the relays to the fuel pump. And so it's like there's just it's like that little puzzle, but for like every electrical piece on the engine.
How many of y'all already fell asleep?
I'm slowly making my way through this. It's just absolute chaos, and if it works on the first try, it'll be a miracle.
Your shirt is also really funny because his face changes depending on what angle you be looking at him.
So I've been working hard for a while now. Got some of the new hardware in. So this is the new actuator for the windshield wiper door. Here's where all of the new like heater and air conditioning come through, and I got like the headlights and everything like that. But been working on all of this wiring. It looks like an absolute mess right now. There's so much, but it's gonna be all new stuff. So it's gonna just be a nice peace of mind when we have all new wires running everywhere. Even this is running like all the way through the transmission tunnel to the battery. Just knowing that there's not going to be like anything old and crummy that could get hot or catch on fire once this is all done. I think that I'm going to end up mounting like the computer and some like relays and fuses and stuff up in here, because this used to all be full of air conditioning stuff, and now it's just free space. It's just free real estate. Also this sweet Copenhagen can that my dad hid in here for me to find. Another shot of the new heating and air conditioning here, and also so many wires. They're everywhere. A lot of work to do. Building this panel, so I'm doing a little mock-up of where fuses and some relays and stuff, as well as the engine control module are gonna go. So I've got them all lined out here. Ooh, that's probably loud. But this is gonna go. Just kind of keep all the electronics like hidden away from some of the wind and possibly like moisture and things like that. I'll build a little cover for it and clean it up, but I think that it'll protect it all and it'll give all of the wires a good place to go. All right, I got all my reference papers. So much referencing and this huge mess of wires in here. Oh dang. And I'm pulling apart these plugs, and I've got them all marked here, you can see, and I'm wiring up the engine. So trying to make this wiring harness fit into the other harness that I bought that plugs into the rest of the car, mainly like the ignition switch and all the stuff up in the dash, but also work with the computer here. It's a lot of wires. I'm not super confident that I'm gonna get it right the first time.
Okay, here's a poll question for y'all. Do you think in the next vlog that the car will be running and that Alex did in fact get everything right the first time with like the wiring and all that? Or do you think that it's gonna be another year of chaos in the garage before we get it running? So, also, Cairo is not actually dead. Even though he looks really dead right now. Hi, Bubba.